Your unique story, our global audience. Global One Media.
Hi, welcome to Global One Media. Today I'm joined by Douchane, the chairman and CEO of BBX Minerals, which is an Australian stock exchange listed precious metals resource development and technology company with 100% owned a typical high grade precious metals deposit in Brazil. So, hi, Andre. Thank you for joining us today. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great.
So, Andre, to start off, please could you give us a brief overview of yourself, of BBX Minerals, and tell us how it all started?
I guess I refer to myself as a dusty old miner. Long history of working on projects. Most recently, in the late '90s, I put the team together that developed and started Midas for Franco and Euro. Worked for North American Palladium for about 13 years, and have been involved in BBX for roughly about 2 years now. Actually going on 3. So BBX is, as you said, a precious metals exploration, development, and technology company. We started about 11 years ago with a unique discovery in the northern part of Brazil. They're very large tenements. They're excellent deposits. They just had an issue with how do we assay this stuff. We knew it was there. We could find it metallurgically, but the standard fire assay wouldn't work, and for lots of reasons. We did develop a method of actually determining how much platinum group metals were in the drill holes, and we've just now released our first JORC resource. So that technology to discover and to define the amount of PGMs within each drill hole and within the resource area is proprietary. It's something we developed over a number of years.
And Andre, also, could you tell us more about your company's unique story? And if you could tell us more about the platinum group metals and explain us more from your perspective, why do they matter?
Platinum group metals, why platinum group metals? The world is moving towards a hydrogen-based, carbon-neutral economy and society. And that's billions of people trying to get there. Platinum group metals are absolutely essential for the capture and use of hydrogen. Hydrogen is a completely renewable resource. It's water. You synthesize it, catch it in fuel cells with platinum and palladium. You release it, you burn it. It goes back to water. When it burns, it's just hydrogen and oxygen, and you just keep renewing it and renewing it. It has no carbon footprint. It's totally renewable. It doesn't hurt the world when it burns into oxygen, unlike electric cars and solar cells, which are not renewable. You have to build them. You have to get all the elements that go in them: copper, iron, heavy metals, and that has a huge carbon footprint. The fact that electric cars don't burn carbon fuels has nothing to do with it. It's the whole point of what do you do with all those old batteries? And what do you do with those old solar cells? You don't have to worry about that with hydrogen.
So that being said, could you tell us more about your current projects in Brazil, about their geology and their future potential?
They're all sort of igneous primary sort of deposits. They are altered, and the tops of them are oxidized, and they're large. So the geology is pretty simple. The issue has come with how the metals are in them, because they're relatively new and relatively primal. The way of the world and hasn't gotten able to concentrate them and work on them. We're currently working through 2 separate leaching options to get the precious metals out of there. We hope to have some documents on those out within a month. There's some work being done in Australia, and there's some work being done in the United States that we're very hopeful about, that will do a great job at recovering these metals. I mean, we've learned to assay them, but the process is still an ongoing work.
And how do you manage risk and reduce uncertainty on those projects?
We just continue to work on them. Managing risk is gathering information and keeping things going. And the other thing I think about being in Brazil is that it's one of the probably the ninth largest economy. It's very natural resource friendly, and as I said to you earlier, it has Brazil has made platinum group metals one of their key metals, their strategic metals, and they are promoting people like ourselves.
Yeah.
To continue to search for those and grow those resources for them, and it's all a part of sustainability. Is probably I guess you could say that's our primary business plan. And sustainability is something that's what's it about? It's about using the best environmental practices. It's about using the best safety practices. It's about respecting your fellow people in the country that you're in.
Yeah.
It's about using the best production techniques you can to get the most out of the resource.
Well, about that, we know that especially younger investors care a lot about ESG, and that it's really important nowadays. So can you tell us more about how you meet those high standards of corporate social responsibility?
I don't necessarily think they're completely unique. It's an attitude towards business is what sustainability is. You have to really care about your community. You need to care about your shareholders. You need to care about the people that are around you. You need to care about the country that you're in, and you have to make sure that your business is beneficial to all of those.
Excellent. And also, could you tell us about the experience of the current management team and board and similar projects than BBX?
We have a very experienced board and management team, as you might have picked up from when I described sort of what I've done. It's a highly regarded in-house expertise. It has a global reference. All of us have worked on projects all over the world and successfully. And what do you need to have a successful project? You need a great project and a great team, and we have both. A great projects and a great team.
Excellent. So as a last question, are there any exciting catalysts that investors should be looking out for in the near future?
Yeah, you bet. There's, as I said, we're looking to get some reports out on these leaching technologies that are being worked on. One of them we're quite excited about, and we're trying to get started up here in the Roche Show. And I think the near future is that number one, we need to get this process up and running, and number two, we need to begin to drill Tres Estados in a regulated way, and just we have the potential to expand this resource up to 10 times. Within the zone that it's in, it could very much go deeper. And I think the other important thing about it is it's a surface operation, which means it's reasonable to get. It has low cost, low capex to get it started, and the way it's laid out, it's set up in such a way that it can move like it can move from one end to the other, and it can put the waste, what little there is, back behind itself, so that you end up in the end of the day with a surface area that's not completely destroyed with a giant pit.
All right, excellent, Andre. That's a lot of great information. So thanks a lot for your time today, and we look forward to seeing the next updates from BBX Minerals.
Thank you.